Israel right now?
Israelis.
Do they call themselves Jews?
Yes, they call themselves Jews.
What race are they?
I don't know what race they are. They look Middle Eastern. When you see a picture of them, they look Middle Eastern.
They look in the motherfucker. The real Jews is black.
Thank you.
They don't look.
Thank you. Tell him.
Why you think they call them Jewish? Because ish is a form. They're Europeans.
What race are
Yes,
they?
they white. They're Caucasian. The original Jews is black. Give me the mic.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today.
Okay, how you doing, bro? You just said something very important just a while ago. You said you wear the cross as by means of somebody identifying you, right? Identifying what exactly?
If you're a believer, but you know.
Say it again?
So to identify if you're a believer, yeah.
That you're a believer?
Yeah.
So what exactly do you believe in?
Even the sacrifice of what Christ did. You know?
Okay. So you're a devout Christian?
Yeah.
Okay. For you to be a devout Christian, you must understand, first and foremost, what you believe in. So you have to understand the roots of Christianity, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so explain to me now, because you said it's a way to identify who you are. So I want you to tell me, what are the roots of your belief? What are the roots of the Christianity that you believe in?
Well, the only thing Christian means to me is just following Christ. Now I know that, like it started with Constantine and all those other guys, but the word Christian just means you follow Christ. Like you follow,
what time period was Constantine?
I'm not sure. I gotta. It was way after.
Way after what?
Way after the death and resurrection of Christ.
Okay, I'm going to read something to you. I'm going to read to you the true roots of the proper Christianity. And to be Christian means anointed ones. Christ is anointed one, and Christian is anointed ones. So it's plural, right? So the followers of Christ, they were called anointed ones.
Well, I was thinking more in those sense like you follow Christ. Like you're a follower.
It is. Essentially, that's what it is, but the definition of it is anointed.
Oh,
you got that? Acts 11:25, come on.
The book of Acts, chapter 11 and verse 26. And when he was found of them, he brought him unto Antioch.
Come on. Put the Bible down, read properly. Come on.
And when he was found of him, he brought him unto Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church.
So this is talking about the disciples. They gathered in Antioch, right? This is a place in Asia Minor. Come on.
And taught much people. And the disciples
of Christ, come on,
were called Christians.
Were called what?
Christians.
Were called what?
Christians.
Come on.
First in Antioch.
So the disciples of Christ were called Christians first at Antioch, right? So give me Acts chapter 13 verse 1 as well, because I want to show you one of the characteristics of the followers of Christ. Come on.
The book of Acts chapter 13 and verse 1.
Read.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, such as Barnabas and Simon.
So Barnabas, we know Barnabas, right? Barnabas was commissioned to do the work with Paul.
Yeah,
they were teaching the Gentiles, right? So were they disciples?
Of Jesus Christ? I don't know if they were like...
Were they disciples of Jesus Christ?
Well, what does the word disciple mean? Like, you know?
Were they disciples, yes or no? Disciple just mean a disciplined student. Were they disciples of Christ?
From what it sounds like, yeah, they were disciples.
Okay, yes, they were disciples of Christ. Come on. And who?
As Barnabas and Simon.
And Simon. Which Simon is this? Come on.
That were called nigger.
That were what?
That were called nigger.
The term nigger or niger, what does it mean?
I have no idea.
It means black. That's what it means. You know, how they say it? Negro in Spanish?
Yeah.
It's the same term. It means black. Why was one of Christ's disciples called black?
Why was he black?
Why was he called black? It said Simon, what?
Simon that were called nigger.
Right, Simon also called nigger.
Yeah.
Why was Simon being called a nigger?
Because he was black.
Because he was black,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Just the same way Jesus the Christ was a black man. The same way Paul was a black man. The same way the Israelites, they are black. Jeremiah says in Jeremiah 14:2, my skin is black upon me. Job said the same thing, I am black. Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5, I am black.
I thought Jesus was like Middle Eastern. Like he was more like, I don't think he was black like how we are black, like American blacks. I think he was like more Middle Eastern, kind of like bronze, kind of black.
When you say
So when you say
not
Middle
black,
Eastern,
he's
what
not-
does that mean?
Like, well, he's not black American. Like he's not like a
Wait,
black.
Middle
like
Eastern,
we're
that's-
black
When I
American.
say, I'm talking about skin color.
Oh yeah,
Skin color. Okay? Now, check this out. How many dark nations are there on the face of the earth?
There's a decent amount.
A decent amount. Do they have to be in America to be black?
nah.
No,
No.
absolutely not, no.
Do you have such a thing as dark-skinned Arabs?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you have dark-skinned East Indians?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have dark-skinned Chinese?
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Do you have dark-skinned Japanese?
It's rare,
Yes,
but
you
yeah,
do.
you do.
There's a term called Afro-Iranians. You understand? These are black people, our black people in the diaspora, scattered over in the quote-unquote Middle East. You understand? They're in Iran, they're in East India, they're in Afghanistan, they're in Iraq. You understand? So, dark skin colored people are all over the earth. You understand? So it doesn't, when you say, oh, he was Middle Eastern and all that, like, that's now the modern day Christianity seeping in. You understand? Because where you live does not determine your skin color. To my point. Who currently lives in the land of Israel and calls themselves Israelis?
Who currently lives there?
Who currently lives in the land of Israel and calls themselves Israelis?
I'm guessing.
Who call themselves Jews today?
I don't know.
What race?
No,
You say
don't
crackers,
answer.
white?
White people. Because they are not the Jews.
Right. But they don't look white over there. They like they look.
Nah, they white.
If you look at the,
Oh, come
they look
on,
brown.
bro.
It's the
Come
it's
on,
the it's the
man.
off red white and
They
it's
look.
the
They
pale
look.
white.
when you-
Bro, are they Caucasian? Are they visibly
Hell yeah, they pale
identifiable as Caucasians?
They pale white, bro.
Yes,
I don't
yes,
know,
the
man.
answer is yes. So if you've lived over there for generations, they were declared a state in 1948.
Yeah.
Since 1948 to now, how many years has that been?
It's been
Let's argue to say over 60 years, right?
almost 60 years. Yeah.
Right. Has that changed the skin color of these people?
No.
No, it has not. So they use the point of, well, Middle Eastern, where you live does not determine your skin color. You understand? It does not. It does not. So, back to the roots of what you believe in, the Christianity that you believe in, right? I just showed you in the Bible that Christ's disciples were black. And the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch. That was in Asia Minor. It was a school in Asia Minor, right? So, modern day Christianity, they teach that Christ is white. They teach that the angels are white. Who's this man right here?
That's the Caesar Borgia. I know who that is.
Do you believe this to be Jesus Christ?
No.
Now, if you're a devout believer in Christianity, where does this come from?
I mean, most Christians don't believe that he's white either. Like they knew that he was a Jew.
Come on.
They
You
don't?
said most Christians.
They
No,
don't?
no, sir. No, sir. The popular belief is that Jesus Christ is a white man. That's what most people believe.
I will grant you that they used to think that he was white, but now
No,
today,
not used to. That's the propaganda they push today. You understand? That's what we and our ancestors were taught in slavery.
Yeah, I
That's
agree
what
with
we grew up. We grew up believing that Christ was a white man from going to church on Sunday. You understand? So there's no used to. They still believe that. They still push that. You understand? Now, where does that ideology come from?
I don't know. That junk is made up.
Now, you said that you use the cross so people to be able to identify who you are.
I mean, it's more like, you know, you just wear it because you respect what Jesus did. It's
Let me
not,
say something
it's
to
not the fact that
you wearing the cross. You wearing the cross It's a means to identify, okay, this is a good slave right here. That's what that is being used to identify for. You understand? Meaning, give me Revelation chapter 6 verse 1. Let me explain what I mean.
The book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 1.
Verse 1, come on.
And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals.
So Christ died, and when Christ died, when it says he opened the seals of this book, it's talking about the understanding. You understand? The revelations, the prophecies, the mysteries that you read about in the prophets, in the New Testament, and also in the prophets, certain things are being revealed today in the last days through Jesus Christ, the Black Messiah. And the way he's able to reveal these things to us now is because he died so he could be that ultimate sacrifice. So because he atoned for our sins and he was able to reach to that level, on that spiritual level, he's able to open up understanding of the things that would unfold today in the last times, in the latter times, after his death. So these are one of the things that he would reveal to John for us to read today and understand what transpired and what is taking place currently. Okay, so read it again.
And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals.
So Christ opened one of the seals, come on.
And I heard, as it was the noise of thunder,
Come on,
one of the four beasts saying, come and see.
come on.
And I saw, and behold, a white horse.
And he saw and behold a white horse. So he's gonna go into things that are unfolding in the last days. These are prophetic, these are allegorical. When you read about the horses in Revelation and the horsemen, all of them have a representation. It means something. You understand? So read it again.
And I saw, and behold, a white horse.
A white horse, come on.
And he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him. And he went forth conquering and to conquer.
He went for conquering and to conquer. So I'm going to explain to you what this verse means. Read it again.
And I saw, and behold, a white horse.
A white horse, right? When did the Caucasians come into power to ruling this earth?
Well, I don't even think they rule the earth, to be honest. I mean, I think.
Well, America has embassies in almost every country on this earth. Yes, they do.
Yeah,
What other country can you tell me that has embassies all over the earth?
I mean, China has more power.
In every country?
Well, no, but I'm saying they have more power than.
Does
even
America have more power than China? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
You think so?
Yes, they do. Not think so. Look at geopolitics.
Yeah, America's going down.
Okay. Does America play police amongst the nations?
Yeah, they do.
Does America issue sanctions and tell nations who not to buy and sell with?
Yeah, they do.
So, does America rule this earth?
No.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
are a
America
superpower.
is the ruling authority over this earth. The Caucasian race is the ruling authority over this earth. They have superiority when it comes to military force and financial force. You understand? Economic resources. Who owns the IMF? The International Monetary Fund.
Oh, well, that's owned by the government.
What government?
Our government.
Who's the government?
Well, it depends.
What race?
I don't know. It's
The
mixed.
Caucasians. The Caucasians. The Caucasians.
I don't know, man.
They own the IMF.
We've been trying to take
They
over the
came
Middle
together
East.
during the Bretton Woods Conference and decide that they were going to peg every other nation's currency to theirs. So if the American dollar goes up, it would benefit the other currencies. If it would go down, the other currencies likewise would go down the same way. So the American dollar would stay on top no matter what. Who came together and made a conference and decided that is how the world was going to be ran? Who did that?
Probably all
The Caucasian race did. The Caucasian race did. You understand? Why does European nations have such a strong foothold in the continent of Africa?
Maybe because they're intelligent. That's why. They're Caucasian race.
Because they came together during the Berlin Conference and they decided what land allotment in the continent of Africa they would divide amongst the European nations. You understand? So you remember that conflict that's going on over in Niger?
Yeah.
And they kicking out France? Because France, the land of Niger was given to France. The natural resources, the gold, and what you call it, that thing for the nuclear bombs, the uranium, and all those things belong to France. You understand? Because they sat down, they conspired, and they made agreements that the land of Niger would be given to France during the Berlin Conference. Now, if you're the Caucasian race, how can you sit down, make a conference, and dictate what land you would take from black people and take it for yourself?
Well, they have the military force. Then.
Thank you. They have the military force, so that means what?
That means they hold most
That
of
means
the
they control the world. That's what it means.
But so what happened?
That means they control the world. When they took the land, who went back to them and say, yo, y'all wrong for this, y'all wrong for that? Who did that? Who holds America accountable?
Nobody.
Who holds the European nations accountable? Nobody.
No, there's,
Nobody. Nobody.
Yeah, if you look
Nobody.
At trade, hold up. If you look at trading, China does most of the manufacturing.
Can China put a sanction on the U.S.?
Yes, they can. That's why they.
Can China put a sanction on the European nations?
Well, not in Europe.
And cripple their economy?
Well, no. Well, I'm saying they can cripple the U.S. economy. That's why we keep going back and forth. The United States can't afford to lose China. If they do, the United States will get crippled.
Is the United States a standalone power without China?
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
We're locked
yes, they
economically.
Are. When did China get their power?
When did China? Oh, I guess because our manufacturing is going down, and they decide to boost theirs. Our dollar.
Back in Revelation where it said they got delicious
Shalom, King.
When did China become a superpower?
I don't know. I gotta look it up.
So how can you speak on things that you don't know?
I know they're a superpower right now.
How did they become a superpower?
But that I don't know. That I would have to research.
That's what I'm saying. How can you speak on things you don't know?
Well, because now I know that they're a superpower. They're the second highest superpower. But back then, how did they?
Was America a superpower before them?
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
I'm not saying that America's not a superpower. What I am saying is that if America can cripple China,
come on.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 9.
Come on.
And the kings of the earth.
What?
And the kings of the earth.
What are one of the kings of the earth? China. Come on.
Who have committed fornication. And
what does it mean China committed fornication? Meaning what? They agreed to America's policies, America's agendas. Come on.
And live deliciously with her.
And live what?
Deliciously with her.
Meaning what? Through trading. You understand? Through trading, they were able to multiply finances. And they got a stronger economic footing. And they became a world power themselves. But they're not greater than America. You understand? And America does not need them to survive. America became a superpower before them. America was already established as an economic might on this force on this earth, also a military force on this earth, before China became a superpower.
That's right.
China became a superpower from trading with America.
But they gave up their. America's.
The point is this. Go back to Revelation 6.
The book of Revelation, chapter 6. Chapter 6 and verse 2. And I saw, and behold, a white horse.
And I saw and behold a white horse. Now John is speaking allegorically. What he's saying when he sees a white horse. When the color white, what does it mean?
How am I supposed to know? I don't know what.
What attributes does the color white represent?
It doesn't have an attribute. It's
Pure, holy, clean, cleansed, sanctified. Okay? These are the attributes, the annotations to the color white. Okay? Come on, he saw a white horse. Come on.
And he that sat on him.
And he that sat on him. All the horsemen that you read about in Revelation chapter 6 is the Caucasian race. And we're going to show you how it's the Caucasian race. Come on.
And he that sat on him had a bow.
What is a bow? What is a bow? What do you use it for?
hunting, you know.
It's an instrument of war. It's a weapon, right? So the white man had a bow in his hand, meaning he went to war. Come on.
And a crown was given unto him.
And a what?
A crown was given unto him.
What does a crown represent?
Like leadership.
Rulership.
Rulership.
Control, authority, power.
Okay.
That's what it means. So he had a bow in his hand, ready for war, and authority was given to him. For what? To run the earth, to control the earth. Come on.
And he went forth conquering.
And he went for doing what?
Conquering.
Come on.
And to conquer.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Wait, why did the Most High
He went
stop
for, hold on. He went for conquering and to conquer. Right? America went for conquering and to conquer who?
I'm guessing the other nations.
All America went to conquer the dark nations on the earth.
Yeah, but
that's all other nations.
But my thing is, why ain't the other nations stop them? You know?
You said why what?
Why ain't the other nations stop them?
Why didn't they stop them? You answer that question.
Why
Tell me. Come on.
Why didn't they?
You think it's not for lack of trying?
Well, I'm guessing the other nations didn't have the intelligence enough to defeat them.
No.
So
war took place. If you're gonna go to another race and to conquer them and take their resources and colonize them, what has to happen first?
Well, it depends. Like, you can have negotiations. If those fail, then you usually take it by force.
But when you say take it by force, meaning what?
Probably weaponry.
By war.
By war, yeah.
War. That's why it says he had a bow in his hand and went for conquering and to conquer.
Yeah.
If you're gonna conquer somebody, that means what?
You're going to take it by force.
You took over their lands and their resources by force.
Yeah, yeah.
You went and you defeated them through fight. You understand? So you went for conquering and to conquer. When they conquered the so-called Native Indians, right? They came on this side of the world and they conquered the Native Indians. They took America from the so-called, you paying attention?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to catch my
Hold on. They took America from the so-called Native Indians, right? And they forced modern day Christianity on them, right? What do they call them?
What, the native,
The white people that came over here, over to America, and violently took this land away from the so-called Native Indians, what were they called?
what were weren't they called Christians? They were like the,
Yeah, that's one name,
they're
yeah.
called Christians.
And that term Christian goes back to the color white. You understand? The color white represents the religion that they would be pushing. Oh, this is the one true religion. We are the holy nation. We are God's people. That's what they went into the earth teaching. They went teaching that and they came a war. You understand? Where is with King Atahualpa? I want that sign right here. Now come close. I want you to see. Okay, you have a Jesuit priest, right? Which is a modern day Christian. What is he holding up?
Crucifix.
The same thing you're wearing, right?
Yeah.
And what is going on? What's going on here? Describe the picture to me.
Well, it looked like, well, I guess up to interpretation, but it looked like maybe he's trying to cast out some kind of demon or something.
No, he conquered his people, and this is the king, a Peruvian king, King Atahualpa. They got him nailed to the stake. They're about to burn him with fire because he decided not to bow and serve this idol, this cross.
Yeah. You're not supposed to serve the cross.
But that's what you're doing.
I'm not serving
the same thing that he resisted against and he was willing to put his life up for is the same thing that you're embracing right now.
I'm not serving
The cross that he's holding up, he's saying, accept this or die. And the king chose death.
Yeah, but
You have the same cross over your neck. You are embracing it.
No,
you
no.
are doing the opposite of what he's doing.
well, no, I'm not.
You know why? You know why? Because you have been conquered. Your race have been conquered, and when you were conquered through war, you have been indoctrinated with modern day Christianity. They told you that Christ is white, the angels are white. They told you that the Jews are white, and they told you that you are nothing, you are Gentiles, but you can repent in the blood of Jesus, and there might be a place for you in the sky, in the kingdom, in the so-called kingdom of heaven, with naked babies with wings flying around.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
That's what your forefathers were indoctrinated with. That's what your foremothers were indoctrinated with.
Yeah, but I don't
and it's
believe
been
that.
passed down from generation to generation. You don't know that that is a result of being conquered. That cross, that symbol that you wear around your neck, it represents the death of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and it also represents the conquering of our race.
Yeah,
And you are embracing, you are advertising the conquering of our race.
but this is just an object.
Put it back down.
It's only
It's not just an object.
Yeah,
It's not just an
That's
object.
it's-
It represents our race being conquered by white people.
Right.
That's what it represents.
Right.
It represents white people killing our black Messiah.
Right.
That's what it represents. That's what we're trying to show you.
But wait.
This is the danger behind wearing a cross. Because I heard you say in the beginning, oh, this is just a means to identify who I am. No, it's not.
No, not to identify.
It's a means to identify that you are a slave.
No, not to identify who I am. It's to, like, if somebody walking towards you, they be like, what do you believe? Most people will usually see the cross and be like, hey, okay, this guy believes in God. Not a white Jesus, none of that.
That wooden chain about your neck, it represents the mental shackles that you still have. Give me that in Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 17. I'm going to show you something about what Moses prophesied from the very beginning. You got that? Read it.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, and verse 17. They sacrifice unto devils, not to God.
You serve devils, not the true God. That cross that you wear around your neck, it represents the devil. It represents the devil. How? Revelation chapter 2.
Let's see if
He said how?
Yeah, that's it.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9.
Come on.
I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
God said he knows the transatlantic slave trade that we went through, the sub-Saharan slave trade that we went through, the hoods that we live in today, in modern times. We live in Patterson. There's drugs in our communities, violence in our communities, garbage all over the damn floor. Our women are hoes, our brothers are whoremongers. God says what?
But thou art rich.
God says we are rich. Why? Because we are the Israelites.
That's
we
right.
are God's chosen people. Read.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they're Jews and are not.
I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not. Who do that?
A lot of people do that.
Who do that, brother?
A lot of people
Who
do
call
that.
themselves Jews today?
A lot of people.
Come on.
A lot of people do that.
Bro. Who call themselves Jews right
I
now?
don't know. I can't make my answer anymore.
White people. White people.
not just white
White
people.
people.
It's not just white
White people. White people.
just white
That's who call themselves Jews and they are not. Come on.
So, no other.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they're Jews and are not.
Come on.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
God calls them the synagogue of Satan. They are the children of the devil. Read verse 10.
They're none of those
Because they
things.
asked me, how does that mean the devil? Why did it mean they worshiping the devil? Read it.
They're none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
Which thou shalt suffer from the white people that oppose what we teach, the true understanding of the Bible that we teach. Read.
Behold, the devil shall
Behold the what?
The devil shall cast some of you into prison.
What does God call white people?
The devil.
What does God call the people that say they are Jews and are not?
The devil.
Go back to Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 17.
It doesn't say
The
white
book of
people in there.
Deuteronomy, chapter
Who say they are Jews and they are not?
A lot of people say that. It's not unique to white people.
So give me an example. Give me an example. Give me an example.
All right, you never heard of Chinese people or black people who claiming themselves to be?
Who are the predominant people that say they're Jews?
I don't know who the predominant people. I gotta look it up.
Yo,
I don't know.
who lives in Atlanta, Israel right now?
Israelis. Like,
Do they call themselves Jews?
yes, they call themselves Jews.
What race are they?
I don't know what race they are. They look Middle Eastern. When you see a picture of them, they look Middle Eastern.
They whiter than the motherfucker. The real
Thank
Jews
you.
is black.
Thank you.
They don't look-
Thank you. Tell him. Tell him. Tell him.
Why you think they call them Jew-ish? Because
What race
ish
are they, sis?
is a form. They're Europeans.
What race are
Yet
they?
they white. They're Caucasian. The original Jews is black. Give me the mic. Oh, I'm sorry. The original Jews is black.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying. I'm not.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate it. Come on. But you already know this. It's, yo, you are you come across as a very smart young man. I refuse to believe what you're trying to tell me right now. I know you know the right answer,
disagreeing with you.
but I think you're trying to play games and semantics with me. I don't need pictures. He already know.
saying-
They're all over the news right now. How can you miss it? You can. You know the answer. Read the scripture again, man.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 17.
Read
Bring
it,
it out.
brother.
They sacrifice unto devils.
Sacrifice unto what?
Devils.
That cross that you have on your neck, it represents devils. It represents the doctrine of devils.
that's not
Modern day
what it says.
Christianity is a doctrine of devils. It was used to conquer your race.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah. People use bad
We
things.
have been conquered.
Yeah. They use the Bible to conquer too, but it don't mean that the Bible is a bad book. People use the Bible to conquer everything.
That's not what we're talking about.
You think the white people back then
That
didn't
is not
use
what
the
we're
Bible?
talking about.
Now, my point is that just because you have something, they use the same doctrine to conquer other races, the white people.
Okay, all right. Let's stay on your point. Let's stay on your point. They use the Bible, right?
Yeah, they did.
What do they use the Bible to do?
Well, they use, like for example, in Deuteronomy, when it talks about slavery, they use those verses about slavery to enslave other natives and blacks and stuff like that. So
How?
what do you mean? By reading
Here
it.
comes and say, listen, boys and girls, and you're going to obey us because X, Y, and Z in the Bible. How do they do it?
That's not oversimplification, but they use it through force.
What? Okay, fourth. What doctrine do they come with?
Well, they came with their own, whatever their interpretation of when they was reading it, that's what they were using. But they were using the Bible.
They which call themselves Jews and are not, they use the Old Testament. Okay? You ever heard of the terminology, the Torah and the Tanakh?
Yeah.
They use the Old Testament. The Torah is the letters of Moses, right?
Yeah.
They use that. The modern day Christians, they use the New Testament. You understand? You understand? Modern day Christianity says that a lot of things in the Old Testament is done away with, and everybody can be saved in the blood of Christ, and Christ nailed sin to the cross, so it's okay if you sin. Christ would accept you the way you are.
Oh, well,
and,
yeah, I don't believe that.
Okay, well, I'm explaining to you what the ideology is. That's the doctrine of devils. Okay? In modern day Judaism, they say they believe in the Old Testament. They say they are the Jews, but they only claim one tribe. No, two tribes, Judah and Levi. You understand? So there's a flaw in the whole doctrine because there are 12 tribes in the nation of Israel. What happened to the rest of the 12?
That's fair.
Okay, so the point is this. The Bible identifies specifically those who say they are Jews and are not, and it calls them the synagogue of Satan. Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. Then in the following verse, in verse 10, it calls them the devil. Okay? It calls them the devil.
Yeah, I get that.
And when it says the devil, it's not talking about some spiritual essence floating around putting people in jail. Men put people in jail. Men physically take you and put you in jail. And God is specifically identifying those groups of people as the devil.
But are you a Jew by blood or are you a Jew by...
You are a Jew by blood. There's no way around that.
So there
You are, let me show you something. You are a Christian by blood. There's no way around that either.
Okay, yeah, what I'm saying is like, so like, can there be false Jews besides white people?
We just read that.
No, I get that. I'm saying like, but when it comes to people in Israel, there are people
You can have other races that acclaim themselves to that.
Yeah.
But the predominant ones
Yeah.
are who?
they're white.
Thank you. So how can you give me the answer now, but before you didn't give me the answer?
No, I gave it.
No, you did not. It's on camera.
Wait, hold up.
It's on
I'm
camera.
not disagreeing.
Stop the cap.
I'm not disagreeing with you. My point that I was trying to make is not just white people who are calling themselves Jews
But
over there in
asked
Israel.
you,
That's not what I.
who
that's what I
are the
said.
predominant race that calls themselves Jews when they are not?
Well, you said in Israel, and I said I don't know. But in the world, of course, it's going to be white people.
You like playing with words.
Some playing words.
I'm going to be patient with you. So who say they are Jews and they are not?
Okay, predominantly is white people.
Okay, and what does the Bible call them in Revelations?
Well, they call them the fake Jews, the synagogue
It calls
of
them the
Satan.
what?
The synagogue of Satan.
And what else?
I guess.
The devil.
The devil.
The devil.
Yeah.
The devil.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.